My name is Tom, and I live in Greenville, Rhode Island, little town in the Northeast. And prior to patching, I'm an avid athlete. I play golf a lot. In fact, golf is my business. That's what I do for a living right now. And as I was getting older, I've lost some things like flexibility and balance and things of that nature. And so I started going to the gym avidly. And since doing that, I've regained some strength. But I believe that starting out with X39, probably on around the August timeframe, um, I started realizing more energy, a lot more energy. And so I kept going to the gym. And along with that energy, I should also say I've got sleep apnea. But along with that energy, I found myself sleeping better. And so, I'm thinking I'm more relaxed. And so at one point, because of well, I should go back a little bit. I've had two major surgeries in my life. One was for a car accident. I've had a neck fusion, and I also had back in the early 2000s, I had a lower back fusion from another accident that I was in. And I was told that I was going to be losing some flexibility and some mobility, and I sure did. But since doing X39 and combining it with Eon, the flexibility has seemed to come back, and the pain in the knee pain, the joint pain, the neck pain, the ability to turn my head more when I'm golfing, but more so balance, which is so important for me, has improved tenfold. So I've maintained the Eon and the X39 regiment right along, and I'm doing that on a daily basis. I know that she had mentioned something about complexion, and I've noticed that my complexion has changed. And one of the big things, and I think this is the reason why I was asked to talk tonight, is I see a lot of people on a daily basis in my business, and it seemed like once or twice a week, people were saying, "What are you doing to your hair? You see, your hair seems to be getting darker." So I haven't done anything to my hair, but because I see it on a daily basis, I never really noticed it. So we did this before and after picture, and sure enough, I went from like almost pure white to salt and pepper, and then all of a sudden like a light brown. And
Wow.
and I'm just like happy with that because I feel like it, along with the flexibility and the energy, it's given me more life. And I feel like, the whole thing is like one big package, and it just feels so good. So I'm maintaining that regimen on a daily basis. Like I said, I have a 96-year-old mom that lives with me, and she falls quite a bit. And she fell a couple of times in the last 2 months. And both times she ended up in the hospital. And the first time I patched her with X39, and it seemed like the recovery time was lessened quite a bit. I mean, she was full of bruises and swollen and black and blue. It was terrible. And the second time she fell, it was almost the same thing, only she broke her nose this time. And so I patched her much earlier in the process. And I swear within a couple of days, the swelling was down. The black and blue was almost entirely gone. She never complained about her nose. And here she is living with a fractured nose and no complaints whatsoever. And so she loves it.
Wow. You're not the only person we've heard that from. We've heard healing times to increase by 40%. And that's absolutely amazing. Now we do have a few people in the chat that would like to know how young you are.
I am 68.
Awesome. Awesome. Now tell us about the golf game because we have many men on here, and with the accolades that you have just given this X39, tell us about
Okay.
the game. Has it
I
improved?
the game. I'm not going to say that the game has improved from a handicap standpoint for those guys that are out there listening, but I played professionally for years in Florida, and as much as I don't do that now, I maintain that business by managing a golf shop, and I work at a golf course right now, and so I get to play a lot. But along with playing a lot at as you get older, you do have a lot of body pain, body aches and pains. I mean, it's a natural thing. And I can't say enough about the amount of flex. Okay, here's a good example for those guys that are out there listening. How many times have you actually squatted down to line up a putt on a putting green and either couldn't get up or had such severe knee pain that you decided that you didn't do it? Or how many people use those little stupid things that they grab the ball out of the cup with because you don't want to bend over? I don't have to do these things. I mean, I can literally squat on the golf course like I did when I was 30. So a lot of these things are just like, I don't notice it on a day-to-day basis, but it's definitely there.
I think men and women, pain can be exhausting and debilitating. So prior to starting the patch, what were your pain levels like? And what would you compare them to now?
I would say 1 to 10 on a daily basis. I was in most days probably a 6 or 7.
And then now?
And it was worse in the morning when I got up.
Mhm.
And as the day progressed, it got a little worse. And then, finally I went to bed. Now I get up in the morning, along with the energy is I've got less pain, especially in my lower back. And I've been seeing a chiropractor, but he was talking about my posture. And so just being able to be more straight and have my head back versus slooped over. Everybody walks around with their cell phones in their face today. So, I try to keep my head up and my shoulders down. And I've noticed that the posture has helped with the pain as well. So now I get up in the morning, I've got no pain. I maintain the entire day's activities with hardly any pain. I used to be able to go out and play 18 holes of golf, and I would have to sit for an hour when I got done and just chill for a little bit. Now I don't have to do that. I can just maintain daily activities after playing 18 holes. In fact, sometimes 27 holes.
Wow.
Well, in the chat, someone's asking, how long did you wear X39 and Eon before your pain began to subside?
I would say probably a month and a half, 2 months.
Okay.
I started noticing it maybe 8 weeks into it.
But what made you say, yes, I want to try this, I'm in?
Well, I will say that I played in a tournament one time, and I can't really tell you when it was, but it was during the summer. And I played with two gentlemen that were both former PGA professionals.
Mhm.
And both of them had heard of stem cell technology, but neither one of them had heard about patching.
Okay.
So, they were explaining to me, how expensive stem cell surgery is, and, what you'd have to go through and the time involved. And when I told them about the patches, they were very interested in knowing more about it. So I think in the golf industry or in the golf world, there's a lot of people out there. And in fact, being in the business that I'm in, I love talking about it on a daily basis because I see so many people.
Wonderful.